Newcastle 0, Manchester City 2 in the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final here at St James's Park. Let's find out how satisfied Pep Guardiola is. He's with Patrick Davison.
Well, Pep, how happy are you with what you've seen from your team tonight? The result, of course, but the performance that went with it.
Really good. Ricardo team spirit. We were there. Of course, there are some momentums. I know that his pressing is really good, but we break up. First half, Jeremy was top. Second half, Semenyo and Erling was much better. So, but all the team, the guys who came from the bench, good game and first step to reach the final.
So what did you talked about there about Haaland and Semenyo better second half. What more did you ask for at half time?
They were not completely connected. We know that we play a little bit more passes, no long balls, low passes for them, and they were not ready to get that ball. And when Max or Bernardo's or Kusa, they had the ball, they had to be ready to break that line that they make the three holding midfielders high pressing, and the second half they were more connected.
Semenyo's obviously had an incredible start to his City career. Felt like a bit of an old school City goal, that first goal, one winger to another, maybe a bit Sane, Sterling. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, you're right. Always we push Jeremy to arrive in that positions, but we know that I think Antoine Semenyo and Bournemouth make an incredible job with him, and every time the ball is in the other side or right to the box, and these are scrappy balls, sometimes in the box, always is there.
Did you think you'd gone 2-0 up before it was actually confirmed right at the end? Obviously, Semenyo had the ball in the net for a second time, ruled out by VAR after a long delay. I mean, I could tell from you on the touchline you weren't impressed, but what did you make of it?
No, for officials in VAR, they are not able to take a decision. How to the referee first and the second. I don't understand why the 60 minutes the Premier League game here, with the penalty for field, VAR didn't say anything. I understand the 20 minutes in Premier League game here, the penalty for Jeremy Doku with Theo. Take a look. Go to the Sky and after analysis the day after, and I didn't finish. And in that moment, and not even the second goal, the line was really perfect like today for millimeters. That I don't understand, but I'm pretty sure the official is going to call me tomorrow to demonstrate why didn't VAR intervene in these two clear penalties with 0-0 in here in this time. And I tell you today, look in my press conference, they say anything after the game against Newcastle here. Although today VAR intervened. I was waiting in that moment. The two unbelievable penalties, and didn't happen. But it's okay. We know how it works, and that will make us stronger. I said many times to the team, always is about that. It's in that situation how we react, how we compete a real game. That is the truth.
So what do you think's happening there? What do you put that inconsistency with VAR? What do you put it?
You would have said, look, at 60 minutes.
In the league game here?
Yeah, league here, when we lost 2-1. 60 minutes and 20 minutes. Take a look. Take a look at the two penalties.
Okay.
And VAR it was maybe not 4 officials, it was 3 or 2. It was less. I know that. But it's okay. So I say to you because we won. Then tell me if I said something after that game that we lost. Tell me.
Well, I know you didn't mention
10 years. 10 years here. I know what happened. And the line today was perfect. Come on, 9 minutes extra time. So take time not to take a decision for official. Should be the referee to do it. Yeah, in that time not even make a consideration. But it's okay. We won a lot.
I know. But what are you saying? What do you think is going on there?
I don't know. Ask to them. Who is the boss and the referees? What's the name?
Howard Webb?
Okay, ask to him.
So you don't want to make that point any clearer?
It's the semi-finals, so we play for a lot, to reach the final and everything. But that will make it stronger. That will make us stronger as a team.
It is part
of the fact that I didn't say anything, because do you review the finals FA Cup last season? Can you see the FA Cup when Anderson is a red card touch the ball outside? Did he say anything? Nothing. But that doesn't mean that we don't say anything. The club the first. I don't feel we don't realize.
So is this deep-seated, long-term issues you have with VAR, and you feel comfortable saying it tonight because you've still won the game 2-0?
The big teams, the big clubs overcome these situations. If you start to complain today because we won. If I start to, no. It's part of the game, we have to do it better. And That is what we have to do. Because we know that is going to happen. So we have to do it better. But no, take a look at the penalties. Last one.
Could it still have an impact, Pep? Because obviously you've won the game 2-0. If that counts, it's 3-0 and, you've got 1 foot in the final.
That is not the point. They could score goals too. We had to tell that is not the point. It's not about that. It's bad why they have 9 minutes to make a VAR disallowed, and why didn't not even say absolutely anything about the 2 insane penalties with 0-0 in Newcastle.
Okay. We should finish with one more in your team, because you've won 2-0 at Newcastle with a young centre-back partnership. You've become the first team to stop them scoring here this season. So a word for those guys.
What a game, Max and Kusa. Was so good. I think Max today make a good test. We talk about that. So we play at home, but now coming here against Visa, against all the players, against Gordon, against Lang at the end, Bolton at the end, how we handle it. So we had a good decision to bring him back. So thank you so much again for Pezzolano, Javi Garcia. They had done an incredible job for him, improving his defensive issues he had because with the ball is extraordinary.
Thank you, Pep.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Well, that's tested our knowledge of Manchester City decisions over the past couple of seasons.
That looks like a man that's not ready to retire, by the way.
No.
He's loving it.
I'd love to see him like that.
Pep like that.
I like him.
And City fans will love that, actually. That kind of sort of everybody's against us attitude. We
100%.
don't get the decisions.
He's revved up. I love seeing him like that. Maybe a couple of decisions. I think the game he's talking about is maybe the one on Foden, the penalty decision.
Malik Chow, I think.
And Malik Chow as well.
We
Maybe
playing that
was a handball one.
It was a short tackle and then a handball, I think.
Was it? But I just love seeing Pep like that.
And Dean Henderson in the cup final is the other instant he's referring to there, and whether there should have been a red card.
But he's got a point though, hasn't he? I mean, it doesn't.
Well, you think there's an agenda against Man City?
No, I don't think there's an agenda. I just like the fact that he's come out and, I won't say criticised, but called out VAR. Because when we look at that goal, especially today, okay, if it's offside, you made a really good point. That is totally fine. But why is it taking 5.5 minutes? It doesn't put doubt in your mind, and it's like, and then you're taking away goals for that. I understand why he's frustrated, and I absolutely love it. He's come out fighting.
I mean, the other thing he made reference to several times was how that was a perfectly drawn line. And I'm not saying they have a perfectly drawn line for some clubs and not for others. But there are question marks over lines and how they're drawn and when they're put on and what frame they're put on, aren't they?
The big one for me is how exactly can they identify when Semenyo touched the ball? You could see him rocking and rolling it, trying to make out, but it's come off his knee that moment, a fraction of a second here or there. And I think that's the point why really, if you're not sure, you just have to give the goal. And I think that's really the frustration for everybody. The only people that didn't really want to, I think anybody in football would say that surely that should be a goal. Newcastle fans, Newcastle players obviously delighted, keeps you in the game at that moment. I get his frustration. I think he was over the top on I did that game here, and I remember the Foden one especially. It was he could have got a penalty, could have not. I don't think there's an agenda, but you know what he's trying to do. I agree with that. I think he's trying to create that us against the world mentality. He's enjoying it right now. I think the players are coming back to fitness. I think he was absolutely delighted. This is the Foden one. I think we've got here, Mike.
We have, yeah. This is the Foden one, Micah.
Let's have a look. This one. Oh yeah, this is when he kicks it.
That was.
I think at the time I said it wasn't a penalty, but that is actually a penalty. That is a penalty. That should be given as a penalty. 100%.
I mean, he tried to block the ball. I don't know what he meant to not put the tackle in.
Yeah, but he takes him out while he tries to attempt to play the ball.
We'd have a penalty every week.
And this is the Doku one.
This was definitely a handball.
Definitely not a handball.
I thought this one was because I don't think that's.
I did. I remember. Actually, that was a penalty. I remember saying that at the time. Now, sorry, Micah.
That's not a natural position. You've lifted your hands up. You've sort of put your hands sort of.
I agree with that one.
That is definitely a penalty.
Dan,
I don't think there's an agenda, but that is definitely.
Even if it was, I just think that there's decisions like that every week. I just think I could probably pull up 4 Man City clips where there was VAR decisions against it. So listen, I understand and I do agree with you. It's like a us against the world mentality. But I think if we're picking up every single VAR decision, that we're going to be here all day.
I think we can all agree VAR is as bad for everybody. I think it doesn't. I don't think it's enhanced our game. I don't think it's improved the game as a spectacle. And a lot of the decisions that are made, I don't think that. Obviously offside, matter of fact, yes, absolutely love it. But some of the ones where they're subjective, I just don't.
And actually,
understand.
what you've got there with the handball and the tackle on Foden, and whether Haaland was interfering or not, they're all subjective.
Yeah.
They're all subjective. It's not whether they're right or wrong. They're all subjective. But what I suppose Pep Guardiola has done in that interview is now brought that to the fore. And I'm not saying we've fallen into the trap, but we've actually followed exactly what we were saying to look back at those incidents.
Yeah, but it's taking the responsibility away from the referee reffing the game, because it's always going to be looked at again. And then if you look at an angle, when you're playing it in real time, you're going to make mistakes, and we accept that referees are going to make mistakes. But when it goes to the camera and you slow down the angles, you're always nitpicking, you're always looking for something, and that's exactly what happened tonight. So that's where the frustration comes from. I feel for the referees because it's a very difficult job, and they have to abide by the rules. So it's catch-22. They're damned if you do, damned if they don't, and that's where it's hard for them. But when it's a decision like that tonight, just give the goal.
What he's trying to do as well, I think, is with the VAR now, the next time there's a big VAR decision against them, just to make them go, actually, I remember Pep, maybe should we edge towards maybe giving him one? Maybe let's give him, I think Pep's been right. Maybe we have been a little bit harsh on him. That becomes that's human nature at times. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but if you've got one that you're not sure either way, okay, do we want to go against Man City again? I think he's just trying to make people think that we might get one next time.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think as well, like before VAR, when the referee made a bad decision, you'd be fuming, but then you'd see it in real time or watch it and go, yeah, like benefit of the doubt. But now that they get to see it so many times, and you feel like they still come out with the wrong decision, I think that's where the frustration comes from.
And do you think there is slightly less understanding for, or less sympathy for the officials now, with, you may not know, but or it may be difficult for you to say, with less sympathy for officials within the game, because the introduction of the technology means that actually they really shouldn't have an excuse? Is that the issue?
And I do feel bad for them, because I feel like now everybody gets to see that and have their opinion in real time. Like, it puts them under pressure. Like, I feel it takes the power, as you were saying, takes the power away from the referees, and it's just a difficult situation. But I think they get
The thing is with VAR, I think the frustration for football fans that watch it is it's still only a matter of opinion. It's still some guy has looked in it and thinking, yeah, actually that's a penalty. It's a subjective one.
But it's taken us an extra 6 minutes.
Absolutely, and those 6 minutes have just bored us all silly and senseless. So I'm not. I still think that's the frustration with fans. Matter of fact, absolutely all in on goal line technology has revolutionised the game. Yeah. Absolutely had to come in. Offside, we still can't quite get right until we actually see or believe that line is going to be 100% straight. I think we all have the same grievances with it.